You guys called me and enjoy some pizza.
Hey, we're live. Everybody can listen to Ted enjoy his food and watch him eat. So Ted surprised me and got here remotely while he's still out. There goes my phone doing what it always does. So welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk, folks. This was going to be Ted's week originally, but since he was going to be out, I volunteered to run the show this week once again. And let me tell you who's here. Brian was the first one in, and Renz was right behind him 5 minutes later. And then Nigel popped in, and then Anthony, my Project 13, came in. And I think that's what we got so far. Now we are on Facebook also. Let me see if I can see. Look at that man's pizza, will you? Ted is living the life, let me tell you. Okay, I can see us live on Facebook. So we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And if anybody else is in here, please put something in the comments and let me know you're here. And I will continue on with the show. You all can watch Ted eat. And I'm going to move on.
Oh my goodness, there's a show. How could I forget?
Oh. So you see what he's doing, folks. He's playing the old shell game. Oh. Okay. I'm going to. What the heck is that? Somebody skating by or something?
It's Texas. It's somebody's truck.
Okay. Brian's saying, "What up, Ted?"
Hey, Brian. It's funny because you actually have Domino's in your tags for the show notes on your website, George.
Actually have what? Wait, you're fading in and out talking now, and you're frozen at the same time. We were good there for a little while, you know. Okay, now your head is moving, but very disjointedly. I hear you off and on. It's like you're cutting in and out. Anyway, at some point he'll be home and we'll be good, but we're going to try to make this work. Meanwhile, you know, it wouldn't be a Friday Night Tech Talk if there wasn't some kind of technical difficulty, right? It's par for the course. Yes, he is using a mobile connection, Brian. Okay. Hey, Eleanor's here now. Sorry, I missed the beginning. Just got out of the shower. Hope you all have a great weekend. All right, so we've got Nigel, little brother, and Eleanor, big sis, in here now. All right, Eleanor, Ted is in here, or he was in here, but he was outside eating his pizza, and he just had a few technical difficulties because he's coming in from a mobile phone. So hopefully he'll be right back. We'll see. Meanwhile, Brian said, Eleanor, you have a great weekend too. Okay, it's got a sound. All right, I'm going to move on to the very first story, and we'll see how we do. So I'm going to share the screen. And I figured the big story this week was Apple's event next week. So that's what I went with. And this is on CNN. Of course, you all know the show notes are in the description on YouTube, and there also you can also click on the show notes in the Twitter tweet that I put out or on the Facebook post that I did. All right, so we're on CNET. Apple's next all virtual launch will be April 20th. Upgraded iPads, iOS 14.5, privacy push on tap. Apple is expected to upgrade the screens of its iPads with a Pro-inspired design. Rumored AirTags may show up too. I like that squiggly little logo they put up there. Apple has set the date for its next online-only event, sending out invites to the media for Tuesday, April 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Apple is expected to introduce new iPads with upgraded screens and possibly the company's long-rumored AirTags trackers. The new devices will be shown off during a stream on Apple's website. The tech giant has been holding online-only events amid the coronavirus pandemic, which has spurred waves of lockdown around the world. See, Eleanor's commenting. Yeah, she said she heard Ted and didn't sound good, and then he was going. I think he's trying to correct it, and I don't believe it's his provider. I just his connection, but I'm not sure. So you could be right. All right. Okay, back to the article. Apple's invite sent in an email to reporters shows an Apple logo rendered as a swiggle, a seeming reference to the iPad's popular Apple Pencil. The invite also included a phrase, spring loaded. I thought that was a pretty good catchphrase. Scant details like these often set tech industry watchers abuzz with attempts to decode what the company's hinting at. The invite also arrived a few hours after Apple's Siri voice assistant appeared to spill the beans on the event before the official announcement. Close watching Apple observers noticed that if you asked Siri when the next Apple event was, it responded, the special event is Tuesday, April 20th at Apple Park in Cupertino, California. You can get all the details on apple.com. Later in the morning, Apple changed Siri to merely tell people that details about Apple events are on its website. Still like that squiggle. I think it's very cool. The event marks another milestone for Apple as it aims to stay on track with its product launch schedule, which typically includes events in the spring, summer, and fall. In 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic took hold, Apple made its worldwide developers conference online only, with slickly edited videos adding to the typical stage presentation format for its June event. Apple didn't appear to let up on its device updates either. Last year, it announced long-rumored changes to the technology powering its computers, moving away from the Intel processing brains it's used for more than a decade and switching to chips Apple designed in-house. The first of the new chips, called the M1, went on sale inside the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini later in the year. The company also updated its iPhones with new squared edge designs. Oh, where are we? Yeah. Yes, they did. And 5G wireless technology, promising super-fast mobile internet connections. If you're in an area that connects to 5G, luckily I am. CNET reviewer Patrick Holland called the iPhone 12 one of the highest-rated phones we've ever reviewed. 5G support, a new striking design, improved cameras, and 4 different models all add up to make the iPhone 12 an absolute unit. I have the iPhone 12 Pro, but not the Ultra. Not Ultra. Max. The updated iPad will likely be a less dramatic shift, but it'll still be important. Students remain stuck at home, needing tablets and computers to do their schoolwork. Some people also use iPads to watch movies and TV shows. I do. One change we know is coming will be iOS 14.5, a free software update that'll introduce major privacy changes to the iPad and iPhone software. A standout feature is app tracking transparency, which Apple says will force companies and developers to be clear about how they're collecting user data and whether it's being used for advertising. Companies will also have to ask for permission from users to more closely track them. Facebook has pushed back on Apple's moves, saying they're unfair and could raise rates on small business advertising. How about that for someone complaining? Facebook, of all people. Effectively, Facebook said Apple's privacy push would make the internet more expensive. Apple CEO Tim Cook disagreed, saying he wants to give people a chance to weigh in on how advertising works on their phones. I agree 100%. We think that some number of people, I don't know how many, don't want to be tracked like that, Cook said, and they should be able to say they don't. That's true. The iOS 14.5 software update will also feature new emoji and an option to unlock your phone with your Apple Watch, making it easier to access information when wearing a mask. Looking forward to that big time. Apple hasn't said when the iOS 14 software update will arrive, but it's expected in the coming weeks. New tech. In terms of technology built into the iPad, rumors swirling around the tech world suggest that Apple's biggest change will be to the screens. They're expected to use a technology called Mini LED, which screen makers say offers improved power efficiency and better brightness. That would be great. Apple is rumored to be transitioning its MacBook laptops and iMac desktop computers to the technology sometime later. Modern iPhones use OLED screens, which are considered higher quality, but typically cost more money to make. Wait, Ted's back. Here we go. Okay. He's in his car now. Okie dokie. Hopefully we'll be better. Talk, Ted, so I can see if we can hear you.
All right, I'm here, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Okay. Sounds a lot better, looks a lot better. All right, I'm just finishing up the first story. One more paragraph. The tech giant might also offer entirely new products rumored to be called AirTags. These devices are little trackers you can add to backpacks, purses, toys, or whatever else, so you can locate them using the iPhone's Find My app. Samsung beat Apple to market with its $40 smart tag devices, which I didn't pull out, but I haven't used it yet, announced in January. Other companies make similar devices too, including Tile and TrackR. So I assume everybody's looking forward to Tuesday's event. And since I don't work Tuesdays, I'll be watching, that's for sure. Ted, you going to be watching?
Yeah, I'll try to sneak in a view.
Okay. Will you be working while that's going on?
Who knows? Maybe I'll follow on my break.
Okay. Don't want to get you in trouble or anything. Luckily, I don't work Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'm pretty good.
But what did they say about the iPad?
Oh, you didn't read it? Let me get down.
I forget.
I gotta go back.
About
And you're the young one here.
I think it was something about micro LEDs. Did I hear that right?
Yes, it did say something about, yeah. Let me go back and find it. Try computers that updated. Okay, that's
I guess what I'm trying to get at. Are you gonna, would you upgrade your tablet?
No, I just got it. What, last summer? I'm not gonna buy another iPad Pro that quick. I'm not rich.
Guys, he changes the phones every year, but not the tablets.
Most of my phones don't cost what iPad Pros cost, in case you didn't notice. Oh, and speaking of which, might as well show you this. Is the new Samsung Galaxy. Yeah, I got a case on it. This is the new Samsung Galaxy. I can't even S52. No, it's not S52. What is it? Help me. Or as James Brown would say, help me, help me. Hold on a sec.
Is it A52? So, how's everyone doing?
Oh, there he is.
This is what happens when you deal with old men. Okay. A52 is what I was trying to say, not S52. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So remember I said I was kicking myself for not getting an A device last year, and I was going to make sure I got one this year. Well, I got it yesterday, and I got the case yesterday. So
it's an interesting looking case.
Yeah. This is whose case? Wait, it's on here. Subcase. And the funny thing is, it's got a nice, rubbery back, grippy, but the sides are hard and it's slippery on the sides. But it feels like a good solid case. And I should be getting some Tudia cases in a couple of days. So doing pretty good. The Tudia, yeah. So today was the first for the A52.
For the A52. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So today was the first day I took it out and took it to work because I'm usually too chicken to take a phone out without a case. So I haven't even put up the unboxing or the case video yet. I'll put them up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was excited to get that, and I used it at work all day, and phone calls were great, and texting was great, and seems good. I haven't taken one picture yet, so we'll see how that goes this weekend. So that's what I'm on. Let me look at these comments. Okay. It says Brian says Ted is back, and he says peeling out to his digs. No, you're not driving yet, right?
No, I'm not going to drive. I'm going to drive after the show.
Okay. And I never did tell you. I still have the article up. In terms of technology built into the iPad, rumors swirling around tech blogs. The biggest change will be to the screens. Expected to use a technology called Mini LED, which offers improved power efficiency and better brightness.
The only hardware feature I want done to these iPads is Touch ID.
Well, I think everybody does,
Touch ID or under display thing, because Face ID is not it for me.
Well, Touch ID was in my opinion, one of the worst things that Apple ever took away because people just absolutely love it, So, now, don't get me wrong. I love my Face ID on my iPhone. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but everybody loved Touch ID too. So.
Yeah, I don't mind Touch ID, Face ID on the iPhone, but somehow on the iPad, it's always gotten in the way.
Okay, yeah. No, well, when I use my iPad with the Magic Keyboard, Face ID works beautifully when I have it specifically on Magic Keyboard, because when I turn it on, your face is kind of directly at the right angle for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to close my screen and I can't get to it, and I don't know why. There we go. Okay. I had pulled it up twice. That's why. Okie dokie. All right. So I guess can you see the stories from your car, or you want me to do them all?
I have, I'm on the LG G8X, so I can use the second to get some stories. Right. What's the next story?
All right. The next story is the facial recognition for the iPhone.
Hear that.
Right. I'll pull it up and I will share it, and I'll let you take it from there.
Brian is like, he's got Touch ID on the new iPad Air. I didn't know you had the new iPad Air, Brian, but it's only got 60 hertz.
Very good. That's okay. He's got it though.
Yeah, so Brian,
is it smooth at 60 hertz, Brian?
It's standard at 60 hertz. What do you mean?
I'm so used to 90 and 120 hertz.
Does your iPhone 12 have 90 hertz, George?
No, but my Ultra does, and so does 2 or 3 of my other phones.
You don't know what
and so does My brand new phone.
The A52?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
How much is that?
let me go double check that. Let me take a quick look. I'm pretty sure. Keep in mind, I've had it one day, and you're dealing with a known man.
Like, yeah, I think you'd have to compare and contrast.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right, Brian. Like on an iPhone, like on the top end processor, it's always been smooth. It may not be fast, but it's always smooth. That's what iOS goes for.
And yes, I was right. It is 90 hertz.
Really? How much is that?
How much was it? 500, 499, whatever, you know.
Oh.
But so far, it's very nice. It feels good. It's very light, and of course, it's got the plastic back, so of course, it would be lighter than glass. But so far, I like it.
Okay.
Give me the weekend. I'll let you know. You know me. I'm going to like it better if the pictures are good.
Yeah. I don't think a fast refresh rate kills any experience or takes away an experience.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Brian comment.
Yeah,
All right, let me
Brian
read this
said.
story. I got places to be.
All right, this is on Cult of Mac, folks.
Yep.
All
So
yours, sir.
thank you. Apple will debut an under-display Face ID setup to debut in 2023. TF International Securities Analyst Ming Chi Kuo claims in a Wednesday report. Kuo doesn't elaborate on the future, but provided he's accurate, this could potentially mean the end of the notch, which has been a part of the iPhone design dating back to 2017 iPhone 10. Apple is expected to shrink the notch slightly this year, but is unlikely to ditch it altogether just yet. The notch is necessary because it contains a top speaker, camera, and Face ID tech. All of these are big positives for the iPhone. The presence of the notch cuts into the edge-to-edge screen of the phone. To be fair, while I was annoyed by its presence initially, it took only a day of using the iPhone to forget about this. Yeah, true. You do forget about that notch, though.
Yeah, and I think pretty much everybody has that same experience to get used to it like that.
If Apple does find a way of embedding that Face ID tech in the screen, it remains to be seen what Apple would do with the other front-facing components. However, the company has been actively investigating embedding biometric readers in screens for some time. Previous reports suggest Apple has been looking at doing this for its Touch ID fingerprint scanner since at least 2019. The technology might finally arrive with this year's iPhone 13. How bothered are you by the iPhone notch? Do any readers have any ideas about how the in-screen Face ID could work? Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I never did. I think, I never did get to try out that the Axon 20. I think that had the under-display fingerprint sensor.
Yeah, I never tried it either. But
the under-display front-facing camera.
You know, the only one of us, guys who had been to CES that had it that I know was John had it, and who else had it? The kid from California, so that was with us with ZTE. I'm forgetting the name of his channel, but they both had it, but I didn't get to watch many videos on it. So I couldn't really tell you how quick or how well it works or not, with the end display. You look like you're reading something. Brian says $4.99 is okay, but $3.99 would be more ideal. Of course it would. But for me, I felt like for $4.99, it wasn't terrible and seemed like it would be worth it. And of course, I wanted to get an A series phone because I skipped them last year.
Does the Pixel 4a 5G have a fast refresh rate?
No, I think it's just normal. Oh, the 5G. I don't have the 5G. I just had the regular 5A. But it might, yeah. I don't know.
You guys in the comments, let me know, please.
Yeah. Are you thinking about one?
No.
Oh, okay. Just a thought. Just a thought.
I think about this iPhone, though. Like, if this iPhone really is going to come without a notch in 2023, I'll just hold on to my iPhone 11 longer.
Yeah. That would make sense. I was hoping the iPhone stores would suck Will into the stream, but not so far. All right, we're going to move on. Let me see if there's anything else in the comments I'm missing here.
Well, up to update on them comments.
Okay, not so far. Okay, we're good. All right, next story is on me. And this one is from Android Police. I'm sharing the screen now. And here we go. Google Podcasts hit 1 million installs on Android, proving people might care about RSS after all. Its install base doubled in just 5 months. Yeah, I've been using nothing but Google Podcasts for about a year now. So I have it on all my phones, all my Android phones. Okay. When it comes to listening to podcasts in 2021, the options are limitless. From dedicated software like Pocket Cast or Podcast Addict to Spotify's endless pursuit to make you listen to its exclusives, whether by accident or by force. You probably have three different methods for listening to podcasts on your phone right now. Placed alongside every other app fighting for your attention is Google Podcasts, the free and feature-limited experience built to sync your library between Android smart speakers and any web-connected device. Less than 5 months after hitting 50 million installs, the app has hit a new milestone, 100 million installs since its launch in 2018. There's no doubt the growing popularity of podcasts have played a role in the app's explosive growth. Although many die-hard fans of the medium have complained that Google Podcasts lacks several features essential for managing larger libraries, it has come a long way since its arrival 3 years ago. In December, users finally gained access to custom RSS feeds, which opened up Patreon exclusives and other URL capabilities. Meanwhile, the web version of podcasts has also continued to improve with a new subscription feed that makes it easier to find the latest releases from your favorite shows. Yeah, I exclusively use Google Podcasts. While it has plenty of room for improvements, it's evident that Google's streamlined approach to podcasts has struck a chord with audiences. No other dedicated podcast app on the Play Store has come close to hitting the 100 million mark. Those services like Spotify and Audible both have sizable followings. Podcasts aren't necessarily the main reason anyone installs either on their phone. That's true. If you have yet to try out Google Podcasts, you can join 100 million other listeners, including me, through the Play Store link below, or grab the latest version from APK Mirror. So good for them. I think it's cool. I like their podcast app, and it's good enough for me. So I've been using it, like I said, about a year. So,
Never touched it.
Huh?
I said I never touched it. Am I moving?
Actually, you're frozen at the moment. Your voice was fine, though. Yeah, your face is frozen, but your voice is fine. Talk a little bit more, make sure.
Anyway, it probably works out for me. So I was saying, yeah, I use Pocket Cast on iOS and Android.
I used to use Pocket Cast. Like that, I don't know. I kind of liked Google Podcast when I first used it, and it's been over a year. It's been closer to a year and a half, I guess. So anyway, that's and I listen to podcasts every night when I go to sleep. So a bunch of different ones, but every single night I'm listening to Google Podcasts. Hey, Crystal, glad to see you here. Glad you got here. Appreciate you being here. Brian wishes you a great weekend, and we all do. So, since I'm not seeing you move, you have to say something once in a while so I'll know you're still there. Oh no, Ted, are you still there? I think we've lost Ted again, folks. Well, it worked fine in the car for a little while. Okay, see?
Got you good.
He likes to do this to the old guy. Doesn't this show extreme disrespect for your elders? I mean, come on now. Yeah, Brian said just switch to audio only if the connection is weak. That makes sense. But anyway, as long as we can hear you, that's the main thing. All right. Now you're going to grab the next story?
Yeah, I'll grab the next story.
Okay, we are going up to talk about the hot subject, iOS 14.5. This is on CNET again.
I thought it was the TCL phone.
No, that's coming up.
Okay. iOS 14.5 release date. Major new features. iOS 14 was released in September 2020, in case you guys forgot, ahead of the launch of the iPhone 12. That was exciting, guys. Didn't you like that when the new iOS update was before the new iPhone?
It was just before. That's right.
New versions of Apple's mobile operating systems have come out once a month since then for new features and bug fixes. The latest version, 14.4, was released January 26th. We thought 14.5 would arrive late February, then in March, but it now appears that it will be sometime in April. There's, in the meantime, the public beta version is out right now. The latest version of the OS will include new features that will make it easier for you to unlock your phone while wearing a mask. That must be the big one that people were waiting for.
Exactly. I'm waiting for it too.
And that requires apps to ask for user permission before tracking data and activity. That's the one that Facebook doesn't like.
That's the one that Facebook is complaining about. That they have a lot of freaking nerve, if you ask me.
You'll also find new voice operations for Siri, which will no longer default to a female voice. For some reason, people weren't liking that. Like, I remember doing it.
So if it's not a female voice, that means you don't have to pay because there's no fee attached to it. Oh,
here's okay. And so when is the release date? The release date is probably going to be by next week. Next week, most likely. The beta will be available by next week. We can likely expect the final version to be sometime in April. And, if you want to download it, go to beta.apple.com /SP/beta program and then sign up. And then how do you download 14.5 when it's available? Just don't think about it. Apple will take care of that for you.
Exactly.
And so new features that will include will be that Face ID, easier Face ID. Even when you wear a mask, you can set a default music player of your choice. 200 new emoji, a new voice for Siri, more Siri updates, including Hey Siri, call emergency, stream fitness plus workouts with AirPlay, app tracking transparency. This is a good one. Dual SIM 5G global support.
That's a very good one. That's a really good one.
And console controller support. So with the update, Apple is adding iOS and iPadOS support for PS5 and Xbox Series S controllers, so you can play games on your phone or tablet.
That's good that they did both, I think.
Yep.
So very cool. So yeah, I'm waiting for that mask because it gets annoying to have to unlock it every time when you're wearing a mask. I got annoyed by it today, as always. Let's see what Brian, let's see. Brian says Facebook and EAD, okay. And what's he saying? Brings me joy that Mark Zuckerberg gets digitally sucker punched. I love it.
Nice one, Brian.
Yeah, that's very apt, Brian. I like it. That was very cool. All right. Did you want the TCL story or should I go ahead with it?
Go ahead with it.
Okay. All right. This is on The Verge. I'm going to share. Okay, got it shared. Okay. TCL aims to build a better budget phone with the 20 Pro 5G. The company has also announced two more 20 series devices, the 20L and the 20L Plus. So there they are. and it's the Pro. TCL has announced the rest of its 20 series lineup, with the 20 Pro 5G leading the way. Along with the 20L and the 20L Plus, the phone joins the two devices announced earlier this year at CES, the TCL 20 5G and 20 SE, all of which prominently feature the company's display technology. TCL says the 20 Pro 5G and 20S, a regional variant of the 20L Plus, will come to the U.S. this summer, though the company hasn't confirmed prices yet. The TCL 20 Pro 5G offers the most advanced specs of the bunch, with some refinements over last year's good, not great 10 Pro. It offers a 6.67-inch 1080p LED with HDR10 support and includes the latest generation of TCL's NXT Vision technology to identify on-screen content and adjust color, contrast, and sharpness accordingly. The 20 Pro 5G uses a Snapdragon 750G chipset, a step up from the 10 Pro 600 series. Yes, it's definitely a step up. With 6 gigabytes of RAM, ships with Android 11, and offers a 4,500 milliamp battery. Sub-6 gigahertz 5G is supported, but TCL says it can adapt to include other 5G bands depending on the carrier. So I wonder if that means Verizon. The phone's main camera uses a 48 megapixel sensor with a small but important addition, optical image stabilization. That's very good. It's a feature that should help reduce blur in lower light conditions, and it wasn't offered on any of last year's 10 series models. The standard wide-angle camera is accompanied by a 16 megapixel ultra-wide, 5 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel depth sensing chip, and 32 megapixel selfie camera. That's a pretty good selfie camera. For biometric unlock, the 20 Pro includes an in-display fingerprint sensor. We're pleased to report that the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack remains, that's a good thing, and micro SD card slot is available for expansion on the 256 gigabytes of built-in storage. The 20 Pro 5G goes on sale tomorrow in the UK, Italy, and Portugal, so it's already out because this is a couple of days old, for 549 pounds, so about $655. But like we said, we don't have a solid price yet. So there's some pictures right there. The TCL 20L and 20L Plus are more budget-oriented devices. They both offer a 6.67-inch 1080p LCD, a 5,000 milliamp battery, and a Snapdragon 662 processor. The 20L offers 4 gigabytes of RAM in its base model, while the Plus model starts at 6 gigabytes. The 20L Plus also features a 64 megapixel main camera, while the 20L includes a 48 megapixel main sensor. Both devices include an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and 16 megapixel selfie camera. Both phones use circular polarization display technology so that the screen is visible from any angle when viewing it with polarized sunglasses. That's great. The 20L and 20L Plus go on sale tomorrow in the UK, Italy, and Portugal, starting at £229 and £269 respectively. So they should all be on sale, I guess, as of yesterday. Double check the date on this. Yeah, so as of yesterday, they should have been on sale in those countries. So I guess we'll see them in a couple of months in the U.S. You interested, Ted? Are you there, Ted?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, the TCL phone I got a couple of years ago, I liked, and I still have, but I haven't bothered with them in the last couple. Ren said, sorry, he's late. Now, Ren's was here, right after Brian was, but he's always at work when he's on the stream. So I guess work has to come first. Brian, is TCL going to give us more software updates? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it, Brian? Because they didn't give a whole lot even the year before last when I got mine. And Ren says he doesn't think no promises yet. Brian says Google really did a great job with their mid-ranges in 2020. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. All three of them.
Yep, I absolutely agree. Yeah, and that's the thing. The 4A at 349 is hard to beat. Still have mine right here. So, yeah, I love my A phones. That's why I never buy the original. Yeah, I've gotten cheap. That's funny. I just realized I wrote a song back in the late 70s called "You're Getting Cheap in Your Old Age." I guess I ended up fulfilling that song, didn't I?
I guess it's the danger when you sing a song so much.
Yes.
You internalize it.
It was Brian saying Samsung probably has the most compelling mid-ranges with micro SD, headphone jack, IP rating, multi-cam lens, and 3 OS update. I agree 100%. That is why I went out and bought this A52. So, and yes, the last 2 nights I've been using the headphone jack when I go to bed and listen to my podcasts. Funny, when I was married, I always put headphones on at night. Oh, Ted dropped out on us. Hopefully he'll be back. Anyway, I always put on headphones at night so I didn't, bother Eleanor while I was listening to stuff. So ever since, and even living alone, I still put the headphones on every night when I listen to the podcast, although I'm by myself. So creature of habit. But I guess that's to be expected from an old man. All right, he's back. Okay, now we can see you moving and everything. We can see traffic going by over your shoulder. This is cool. Are you going to talk so we can hear you?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I know he likes to mess with my head. You know that, folks, right? That same smile. Okay, we're going to go on to. I just thought this was an interesting story that the FBI finally told us where they got that footage from that San Bernardino shooting off the iPhone. So I just wondered, you going to take it, Ted?
Yeah, let me take it.
Okay, this is on CNET, folks.
iPhone from 2015 San Bernardino shooting was unlocked for FBI by Australian security firm says more details are coming about how it was cracked by the federal agency. I unlocked an iPhone by one of the San Bernardino 20 days of an Australian security company, a report says.
Ted, hold up.
Australia.
Ted, hold up. Your sound is really fuzzing in and out. Talk a little bit more.
The Washington. Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my phone is getting really hot to the touch. It almost burned me.
All of a sudden, the sound got better. All of a sudden. You want to start? You want to stop from the top again, or you want me to read it?
Let me finish what I can there. This one is actually getting really hot. I have to hold it with the case now. My goodness.
Okay.
It took 2 Azimuth hackers to break into the iPhone 5C, according to the report. Damn, an iPhone 5C was giving everyone all this trouble. That's good marketing.
Exactly. Yep.
The FBI revealed in March 2016 that with the help of a third party, it was able to access the data off the iPhone 5C used by one of the 2 San Bernardino shooters. Apple had refused to write software that would unlock the phone, arguing that such a software would weaken the encryption for all other iPhone users.
I agree.
The FBI spent more than $1.3 million hacking into that iPhone. The 3 news organizations sued the Bureau in late 2016 for information on how the FBI hacked into the phone, with the agency releasing 100 pages of heavily redacted documents in January 2017 in response. Those documents censored who the FBI hired to break into the iPhone. Last year, the FBI again criticized Apple and said the company has slowed down a national security investigation by refusing to help unlock 2 iPhones used by a shooter in an attack on December 6, 2019 in the Naval Air Base Pensacola in Florida that left 3 people dead. Apple, as Mountain FBI, did not immediately respond to court requests.
Now, I feel bad.
To know those, were they able?
I feel bad that they weren't able to get, or slow down the investigation in Pensacola. But I still agree with Apple. If you start giving them access all the time, they're going to take all kinds of advantage. You know that. So
yeah, it's not even like the advantage situation. Like that key will be used by someone else.
Exactly. So government agencies will say anything to get more access. So I think Apple is doing the absolute right thing. So but anyway, I think it's cool that they gave us the.
I'm curious though, like if any information was actually gotten off the phones that helped the investigation.
Now, of course, I'm going back 2 years in my mind, but I think I remember in court they did get a little information off those phones that they did use in court. But you're dealing with a 76-year-old memory, so you take that with a grain of salt.
For court, didn't all the shooters end up dead? What was the court case for?
Yeah, but there was still some kind of court something. I can't remember what.
I think the wife
anyway.
of the guy.
But I think they actually did use some information from or maybe it wasn't from court. Maybe it was for a government report. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I told you you're dealing with an old man's memory.
All right.
Okay. Now here's the juicy story. Mike should be here for this story. And this is a Facebook story. Okay, I'm sharing. Okay, I'm reading. Back on CNET. Facebook under investigation in Europe over massive personal data leak. A formal investigation will aim to establish whether Facebook's handling of the leak constitutes a breach of the GDPR. Excuse me, folks, I need to take a quick swig here. Okay. All right. Oh, and as I've told you before, folks, if you're reading a CNET story, there's always a button you can actually listen to it also. And it does play everything that's written. So it's pretty cool. Facebook is under investigation in Europe for a leak that exposed the personal data of more than 530 million global users of its services. The Irish Data Protection Commission, the watchdog responsible for ensuring Facebook abides by European privacy laws, announced on Wednesday that it was opening an inquiry into whether the leak constituted a breach of the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. Personal information on hundreds of millions of Facebook users, including names, birth dates, email addresses, and phone numbers, was discovered on a website for hackers back in January. Yeah, we reported on that story like 2 or 3 weeks ago. The data set contains information on 533 million users from 106 countries, according to Business Insider, which first reported on its availability at the beginning of April. Earlier this month, Facebook said the leak hadn't been caused by its services being hacked, but through the exploitation of a security hole that allowed data to be scraped from the platform. Isn't that the same thing? Yeah, you're saying it wasn't hacked, but it's a security hole. It's the same thing. Come on. The vulnerability was fixed by Facebook in 2019, the company said. The aim of the DPC's investigation will be to establish whether Facebook complied with its obligations as the controller of users' personal data, the regulator said in a statement. Among these obligations are Facebook's responsibility to inform the correct data protection authority and affected individual users of any data leaks in a timely manner. What do you think the odds are that Facebook would tell them right away yeah, good luck with that. We are cooperating fully, right? We are cooperating fully with the IDPC in its inquiry, which relates to features that make it easier for people to find and connect with friends on our services, said a spokeswoman for Facebook in an emailed statement. In other words, they didn't even want you to know who said that. These features are common to many apps, and we look forward to explaining them. We look forward to explaining them? Yeah, I buy that. And the protections we have put in place. Facebook doesn't yet appear to have notified any users affected by the leak. If Facebook is found to be in breach of the GDPR, the company can be fined up to 4% of its global annual turnover. I bet you they will be. To check whether a particular Facebook account was affected, users can search the breach tracking website, Have I Been Pawned? Was it last week or the week before you asked me, had I checked? Ted?
It was last week.
Okay, and I did. Remember, I said I checked, and I saw that I had been, and I hadn't changed my. I did go change my passwords after that. I think.
Good thinking.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, I love these Facebook stories because every time they get exposed for their crap, I just like it. But you know, who believes anything Facebook says? Nobody. Well, nobody would have a brain anyway.
Too many people. See,
Yeah.
too many people believe what's on Facebook.
Let me go. Yeah, well, that's true too. Let me go back to some of Brian's comments I missed. He said Samsung. Oh, well, no, I got that one. I hope a native Android feature gives us desktop mode so we don't need DeX. Yeah, that would be nice. But of course, Samsung wouldn't like it. People love DeX. Not that anyone really needs
the people
DeX.
that use it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, I guess when we're talking about the Apple Store, that's one thing he respects Apple for, not handing over the data. I agree. Okay. So time-wise, we're doing rather well, I think. Anything else? Did I miss anything in the comments?
Nope. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay. All right. Twitch. All right. Sounds like you're getting twitchy to read this story. Ooh. Okay, this one's back on CNET again. All right, this one's all yours, sir.
All right, Twitch uncovers 7.5 million viewing bots. Streamers now know why they lost some followers.
Yeah.
Bots are a known issue for Twitch, Amazon's video game streaming platform. Improved machine learning has found millions of these accounts, and they're now being dealt with, which could affect some streamer stats. Twitch discovered 7.5 million bots that were follow botting or view botting, the company tweeted Wednesday. Follow bots are used to improve a streamer's follow numbers, while viewer bots inflate the current number of viewers watching a stream, which can help boost a channel's discovery chances on a platform. Twitch says it will enforce its terms of service on these bot accounts, including taking legal action if necessary, which may lower a channel's follower and view counts in the coming days. Machine learning helps sniff out these bots, and Twitch says it'll improve operations going forward. Though some streamers looking to boost their numbers may purchase these viewer bots in the lesser-known places of the internet, there are users who employ these bots to troll certain channels. A streamer could find his or her chat flooded with spam by bots. This could lead to other issues if the channel gets reported for a term of TOS violation. Twitch says that if the channel isn't responsible for bots, it'll forgo any enforcement and focus on the bot accounts instead.
But I wonder if the people putting those bots on the channel can make it look like the channel put them there. You know, these guys are pretty slick, if you ask me. So I hope not. Anyway, just an interesting story. I don't do Twitch, but I know like Mike's brother Adam does. I don't know who else does Twitch. You know, anybody else we know does Twitch, Ted?
Juan, of course.
Oh yeah, Juan does. Does Jerome? I don't know.
Dave Burns does Twitch. Yeah, I don't think Jerome does Twitch. Does Twitch now.
Okay.
What's his name? That guy, TK Bay. Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch.
we're ahead of time and early tonight, but since you're remote, that's probably a good thing. But all right, I'm
Yeah.
going to get our last story, and then it'll be all on you for the rectangles.
Let me do the last story.
You want to do it? Okay. No,
Yeah,
I
since
thought
I
this
got
was.
some pizza. This is the best pizza I've ever had in Dallas, I have to say.
What's the name of the place?
Zolat Pizza.
Okay,
Something.
'cause I had pizza in Dallas once or twice, but it wasn't there. Okay, whenever you're ready. This is on CNN Business.
Oh, you guys can't see. I thought I could show you, but
Oh, wait, yeah, wait, let me stop this screen. Let me stop sharing for a second. Okay, try it now. It's too far away? Can you zoom in at all?
he's asking if I can zoom in. Yeah, I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in.
Oh,
now?
I'm just asking. There you go. Zalat Pizza. Oh, you got the box. No wonder. So at least we saw it. You know what you should do? You should ship me some so I can try it out. I am the Jersey guy, so I'd be the expert on the pizza.
Let's see. I could maybe use this Domino pizza delivery robot car. Let's go see what's that about.
As a matter of fact, back in '94, I was consulting at AT&T in Orlando, and I was on that contract like 2.5 years. So of course, I got to be almost like one of the employees. One of the girls was from Chicago, and I had never had Gino's Pizza. Do you know she had her brother ship down a bunch of Gino's Pizza on a plane to be sent to us, and we got it like the next day at AT&T. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How was the pizza?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Now, of course, to Eleanor, I'm a traitor because I like Chicago-style pizza, and New York and New Jersey people aren't supposed to. But I just love pizza, period. So, yes, I love Gino's, and I love New York pizza also. All right, whenever you're ready.
The robots are coming, and they're bringing pizza. This week, Domino's is rolling out a robot car delivery service to select customers in Houston. For those who opt in, their pies will arrive in a fully autonomous vehicle made by Nuro. Here's how it works. Customers in the Woodland Heights neighborhood of Houston can choose robot delivery and receive text with the updates on the car's location and a numerical code that can be used to retrieve the order. Once the car arrives, the customer enters the number on the bot's touchscreen, and the car door opens to serve the food. Nuro's robot car is the first.
Now, wait. I want to ask a question. As soon as I read that, so you have this numerical code. The car gets there. You punch in the code, and now you can go. Can you go grab somebody else's pizza? That's what I was wondering. What do you think?
Well, if you're lucky to get a 4-digit code while it's moving, just keep pressing.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could snatch them, but maybe they have them individually locked in a box or something with that code. I don't know. Anyway, it just struck me. Go ahead.
Nuro's robot car was the first completely autonomous, human-free on-road delivery vehicle to receive regulatory approval from the U.S. Department of Transportation last year, Domino said. Wow. This isn't Domino's first foray into the world of autonomous deliveries. In 2017, the Michigan... Hello?
You go ahead.
In 2017, the Michigan-based company used a self-driving Ford Fusion hybrid to deliver pizzas to randomly chosen customers in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And in 2013, Domino's tested out pizza delivery via drone in the UK. Ooh.
Cool.
These experiments are useful to get the ball rolling when it comes to innovation and building buzz with a brand. Consumers shouldn't expect a seismic shift in the way food is delivered, for now at least. There's still so much to learn for our brand. There's still so much for our brand to learn about the autonomous delivery space, Domino's Senior Vice President Dennis Maloney said, and he's also the Chief Innovation Officer. This program will allow us to better understand how customers respond to deliveries, how they interact with the robot, and how it affects store operations. Domino's isn't the first pizza chain to play around with technology. In 2018, Pizza Hut announced it was working with Toyota to release a fully autonomous delivery vehicle. But self-driving cars are far from the mainstream. For years, self-driving car companies operated under the belief that their technology and current road infrastructure would be enough, but self-driving has proved harder to get off the ground than expected, thanks to Uber. Companies
Yeah.
have missed deadlines for deployments, and the industry has consolidated, with an even company as big as Uber selling its self-driving vehicle program.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
If I don't have to worry about tipping these delivery drivers, that would be the future indeed.
Yeah. Now, the cool thing, I'm looking at this picture of this vehicle, and I saw other pictures of the vehicle, and I'm thinking, looking at the
What you think?
design, I'm thinking maybe this entire vehicle, or at least the shell of this vehicle, is some kind of plastic, which to me, okay, if this thing goes slow and it happens to hit somebody, I'll bet you it's a whole lot lighter than most vehicles. And I'll bet you if it hits somebody, I bet you it won't hurt them much.
Yeah,
Just looking at
I
the
don't think
picture,
it'll
that made me think of that. Let me see if I can click on this video and see if it'll play
It's
a
probably
video.
set to it's probably caps out at 40 miles an hour too.
Or slower. Keep in mind, it's
Whoa.
only in one neighborhood, so it may be a 25-mile-an-hour neighborhood. Let me see if I can click on this video, see if it'll play it at all. Not going to get sound, but let's see if we get picture. Okay. Oh no, that's just a commercial. I thought it was part of the. I'm wrong. It was just the commercial. I thought it was part of the article. Wrong again, George. Anyway, I just think it's very cool. But I'm thinking, they're saying it might be a long way off. I'm thinking that if they actually have this working, why couldn't they have more vehicles like this, in other places in the country? What do you think?
I don't see why we don't have it now. Yeah, good question.
I'm with you, yeah. But I'm thinking part of it might be because, the Uber thing, and also a couple of Google's, was it Waymo? Yeah. I think they've had a couple of accidents in the last 5 years or so too. So
yeah, but it's none of them were caused by Waymo. It's always, because other people weren't paying attention.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking if this one maybe hurts people less or is better, I'm just thinking it should be sooner rather than later. But of course, I could be wrong. Okay, I am going down to the glowing rectangles. I'm clicking on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, we can skip that today.
Oh, you want to skip it today? Because it's only 9 o'clock.
Yeah, let's skip it.
All right. All right. No glowing rectangles today. You heard it from the man who's in charge. Oh, and Brian does make a point. He said, but they will always claim injury. And that is true. To get a chance of getting money out of Domino's, yeah, that's probably very true, Brian. I'm a little too trusting, I think. But I'm also very gullible, which you can see Ted pull stuff on me all the time. All right, so I guess we're done. And we've had a shortened, I guess, almost half of our usual time, but we got our stories in. And thank goodness we got Ted, because we weren't lucky enough to get Will back again. But Ted, you made it through the whole show, and I'm sure we're all very grateful about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was supposed to host, but she actually had a gig. I had to shoot this model. She needed me to shoot her, take her shots, and
okay.
She already was scheduled a few times, so it was just an hour now.
Oh, that's good. And Renz is kind to me again. Thanks, Renz. As always, appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you, Renz.
And I was going back up a little bit because Renz started a little picture discussion based on you showing us it. Today's sponsor is Zaylat Pizza. He said, good vibes.
Yeah, that's my
He
usual
said,
stick when I'm eating something. Today's show is sponsored by.
exactly. All meat pizza with 4 kinds of cheese.
He
Who
said his
doesn't-
daughter liked the crust, not the
Okay.
pizza.
Who doesn't like pizza? I'm gonna give you a weird one, Renz. Eleanor, who's from the same place in Jersey that I am. She's not crazy about pizza, which I think is very anti-Jersey, but she'll eat it. But she's not crazy about it, which is very strange when you're from Jersey.
Peculiar.
He said this kid wants the crust. Renz, how old is your kid? And are we talking boy, girl? What? How many kids do you have anyway? Don't mind me. I'm just sticking my nose in your business, Renz. Okay, and Brian.
Oh, baby, you.
Brian is asking me, so was there a reason you pick up the 852 versus the 872? Yes, number one, the 852 is available in the United States. The 872 is not available in the United States. And
That's a good reason.
And the A72, that what the articles that I read said was basically meant for the Asian market, and there is no 5G on the A72, and I knew there was on the A52. So that makes me now have 4 5G phones. So, and Elno's responding to me, yes, I will eat it, and it has to be New York style pizza. That is 100% true. I can tell you that. So, gee, I don't know how good it's for a change. That's cool. Let's see.
Am I frozen?
No, well, your face has been frozen for a while, but it's been fine talking.
Okay, thank goodness.
Oh, Brian. Brian's sent one too. Very nice, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brian.
That's
Supporting
very
your creators has never been more critical.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks very much, Brian. Brian and Renz, those guys pretty much always come. They're as faithful as they get. And every single week that I broadcast, Brian always does replay crew like the next day. So he always gets it out there for us. So all the way around, many, many thanks, sir. So that's our shortened show for tonight, but at least we did have Ted all the way through with a little bit of technical difficulty. And I thank everybody for coming in and joining as usual. And thanks, Brian and Renz, as always. And I hope everybody has a very blessed and nice weekend. I think the weekend around here is going to be pretty nice in general. So,
hi, Nigel.
Okay.
Bye, Nigel.
Oh, and good night, Nigel. Didn't even know you were still here. Okay. Anyway, thanks for coming in, everybody. Next week we will be on Ted's channel, right, Ted?
Yep.
Okay. And of course, next week we'll try to suck Will in again, see if we can tempt him to get in here. So thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for watching and commenting, and we will see you next week. Now I'm going to do
Have a good night, guys.
pregnant pause thing. Here we go.